Okay, quick introduction. My friend Ashley owns the Yamaha Aerox 155, okay? And this is basically an ownership review video where we talk about the pros, the cons, what he likes about the bike, you know, what he dislikes about the bike and so on. Should you buy the Yamaha Aerox, you know? And basically, इसके पहले मैंने बहुत सारे videos बनाए हैं, YouTube shorts where we go, we book the Yamaha Aerox from Pune, we get the bike till here, or I explain what is a maxi scooter and so on. So please watch those videos also, and let's start with this.
This is the feature of Yamaha. See, if you leave it idle for 5 seconds, after a hard braking or something where you reach a traffic signal or something, that's when your bike notices that you're going to be the bike's going to be not in use for some time, so it turns it off on its own. And the feature is activated from this button. If you click it off, this feature will not happen. So like if you're moving in slow moving traffic and all that, and if you don't want all this to happen, like as you're going bumper to bumper traffic,
but it's a very handy feature.
It saves a lot of fuel.
Yeah,
it's
fuel efficiency,
which I believe.
So one of the really handy benefits, you can say, or advantage to the Yamaha Aerox is the storage compartment. And you know, Ashley just going to show it exactly, you know, क्या तुम fit कर सकते हो. So if you go to see, this is like a full size XR helmet, you know, and this is the one of the you know good helmets that you can use safety wise and so on. It's not that chindi jo hum log ko 500 rupees ka helmet.
It is having hell lot of certifications.
Exactly.
It's one of the biggest helmets.
And this is like, you can see itna space hai. Tu kya kya rakha hai normally? इसमें tu kya kya रखता है? Because
when I don't have when I'm riding the bike, obviously the helmet is out. So hell lot of things. Like I have to carry my camera bag. Like, I do a lot of shoots, so I have to travel along with the camera bag, and during the rains it's not safe to carry the camera bag on the back while traveling. So what I prefer is I take a smaller bag and I fit it all inside this. This is seal packed then. So what I can do is I can use the helmet and the raincoat on, and then my camera and my
and that's the best part. Now a lot of times, see, like when we ride the X-Pulse or the Bajaj Avenger, जो भी problem ये होता है कि हम लोग के पास ये क्या बोलते हैं facility नहीं है, and then we have to keep it on the back. It थोड़ा riding का वो मजा चला जाता है.
Correct. So also when this was into repairs, that was the time when I was actually missing that feature because I was using Abby's bike,
the Bajaj Avenger.
And I everywhere I had to go, I had to carry 2 helmets along because of the new rule. First it was just 1 helmet. I would have to carry that helmet wherever I travel. But as soon as I park the bike now, and not the Aerox,
the
Bajaj Avenger, if I have to carry 2 helmets along, I will have to manage both the helmets wherever I'm going.
It's a tricky situation. यहाँ पे तू एक helmet डाल सकता है यहाँ पे Aerox के अंदर, and then one you can carry along. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good feature. So actually you ridden the Aerox for how much? 5,000 kilometers. कितना हो गया अभी चला गया?
More or less about 5,200-ish.
So what's your review right now? I think so because you drove the क्या बोलते हैं Aerox from Pune to Mumbai. फिर मुंबई में भी तूने किधर लेके गया है? तो मलाड, गोरेगांव, चर्च गेट सब इधर लेके गया है.
I think so. I have not walked ever since the Aerox.
Aerox, exactly.
And if not counting those 2 months though.
So basically what Ashley is talking is 2 महीने के लिए Aerox was for repairs. So regarding that, so what's like your review? How has it been riding the Aerox?
I mean, no complaints so far. I mean, can't say no complaints. Every bike or anything that you buy has its you know, pros and cons. Just like the Aerox, like there are majority of pros. However, I would like to speak about the cons because there are just some few cons that I felt personally. Pick the first con. I feel the most thing that has affected me on the long run, especially when I'm going for, you know, like far off rides. Like for example, I have to travel a lot to the to Churchgate and places like that, and I live in Daisar. It's about say about around 45 to no more. It's about 50 kilometers one way and 50 kilometers back. So it's like, you know, it rains almost more than half of my tank, and if at all I have to go somewhere far, like somewhere more than 200 kilometers, then it's not feasible on one tank, on one full tank. So I feel the capacity of 5.5 liters could have been slightly increased, like given its placement of the fuel tank.
बट फिर देखो कितना मतलब कितना फ्यूल टैंक का कैपेसिटी चाहिए रहेगा.
So the closest that a scooter can get to the Aerox is the SXR, if I'm not wrong, the Aprilia SXR. That's a 160cc by Aprilia. That, if I'm not wrong, has a 7-liter
फ्यूल टैंक.
So and I'm not saying anything about the mileage. I'm not quite sure about the mileage. I don't know its figures. However, I feel having a 7-liter tank is much better than having a 5.5 liter.
5.5.
Knowing that your scooter is a performance scooter and it's going to have a lot of fuel drunk over time. So it's always better to have feature. Like, it's not exactly a feature. They should have given us a bit bigger fuel tank. However, I'm fine with the 5.5 liter.
या जस्ट इफ बेसिकली एशली मिशू से अगर कुछ निटपिक करना ही था तो ही बिकॉज एशली इज प्रीटी हैप्पी. आई थिंक सो जितना हम लोग ने बात किया, एशली इज वेरी कंटेंट विद द एरोक्स 150cc ना कि 155cc 150 है द सेम R15 इंजन. और मेजली नाउ आई थिंक सो समथिंग दैट वी स्पोकन अ लॉट हम लोग के कन्वर्सेशंस में द नॉट गेटिंग द यामाहा एरोक्स का पार्ट्स इजीली इन इंडिया, इन मुंबई बेसिकली. एंड मतलब अभी हम लोग को को क्या चाहिए, तो गार्ड्स चाहिए था ना, क्या सीन था, देखो क्या क्या यू वांटेड द मिरर्स,
इतना सारे चीजें था. हाँ. सो रिसेंटली आई वेंट टू दिस प्लेस इन कांदिवली. सो दे प्रैक्टिकली हैव एनीथिंग, लाइक यू जस्ट नेम इट एंड दे विल हैव इट. मेरे को लगा कि मिल जाएगा. आई वेंट ओवर देयर एंड आई आस्क्ड देम फॉर मेरे बाइक के लिए मिरर्स. तो लाइक हाँ, कौन सा मॉडल के लिए चाहिए, आपको नाम से नहीं पहचानोगे, आपके देख लो गाड़ी. ये अच्छा वो कौन सा गाड़ी है, बोला यामाहा का है. तो लाइक हाँ रुको देखता हूँ. तो ही रिमूव्ड फ्यू मिरर्स हियर एंड देयर. आई फाउंड वन which looked good, which would suit the Aerox. So I just told him कि just check whether it will look good, whether it is feasible, whether it is worth buying. So my main reason to change the mirrors is not for the look. Basically जो mirrors है is kinda tiny and it's kinda inward.
So it's not giving you that much visibility.
If at all, whenever I'm riding, majority of the part I can see the road, but majority of the time I can see my elbows in it, which is not really the best.
Preferable.
So that's why I'm changing the mirrors. So I want the mirrors to slightly outwards. So check करने गया, the length and all everything is proper, but as soon as he went to open it, we came to know that the thread is the opposite thread. So उसके वजह से first of all mirror नहीं हुआ. Then secondly, recently I had a tire puncture, okay, and I was shit scared because 14-inch के tires कोई नहीं बनाता. I checked with City, I checked with MRF, I checked with Fiat. So many. इतने none of them have it.
Okay.
None of them have 14-inch wheels. So they asked me, आपका मॉडल कौन सा है? तो मैंने बोला Aerox. For 15-20 minutes we were just ranting about whether that bike is there in India or not. तो मैंने उन लोगों को pictures भी भेज दिया, मतलब through an email or something. But they are like, it's not a bike that is available in India, so we cannot mass produce it. So practically we don't have it right now. आपको चाहिए तो import करके ला सकते हैं. मैं बोला import ही करना था तो I can also do it.
Exactly.
Why would I tell you all this? So tires secondly. Then और क्या?
The guards.
Yes, guards is the main thing. So recently my bike had an accident, and trust me, if I had the guards on, the bike would have been perfectly all right. So as soon as I got my bike after the repairs, I had decided one thing कि पहले जाके मेरे को guards लगवाना है. मेरे को लगा कि I'll go to a person जो like he practically makes guards for bikes like the Dominar, bikes like the Himalayan and all that. Like those are the custom type of things, like where there is an attachment where you can put those what are those cans of petrol called? Jerry cans. Jerry cans. Then to put an extra top box and all that. So it's custom made.
Custom.
तो मेरे को लगा कि उसके पास जाके he will manage to make it. तो उसके पास लेके गया मैं बाइक. He is like bike अच्छी लग रही है and all that. He looked at it for a few minutes and then afterwards he's like, भाई थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा बनाने को, फिर भी आपके पास अगर कोई रेफरेंस वीडियो मिला एंड ऑल दैट तो मेरे को भेज देना, मैं ट्राई करता हूँ भाई. तो आई शोड हिम रेफरेंस वीडियोस, लाइक ये देख ले ऐसा ऐसे कुछ बनाना है. इज लाइक भाई ये तो फैक्ट्री में ही बनेगा, हम लोग नहीं बनाएंगे. इट्स लाइक फक, निकला खत्म. और वन मोर थिंग, दिस इज वन रीजन व्हाई आई एम काइंडा व्हाट डू यू से upset about from Yamaha. So it's not that after buying I was I got to know about it. I knew about it after, like, seeing few reviews here and there also. But still I went for it. I feel कि बाद में मैं कर सकता हूँ, मतलब I can do the changes. That is the suspension for the pillion.
Okay.
It's a dual shock absorber, but it's not adjustable. No preload adjusting, nothing. However, Yamaha provides that after sales.
Okay.
And if you buy it from Yamaha, it costs about 17,500 rupees.
Okay.
Which is not cheap. Especially if you're buying a scooter which is costing
already 1,60,000 exactly.
You cannot buy you cannot tell your customers ki, like, if you want something more premium, you will have to pay more and you will have to buy. And 17,000 rupees
is a lot.
That will bring your bike close to 180.
जिसमें तू बाइक ले सकता है. You can get a Xpulse 200, you can get a Bajaj Avenger, so many bikes.
Agreed. So I mean, this is one thing why, this is one reason why I am kind of not liking what Yamaha has done. I mean, or they could have made the prices of the absorbers slightly cheap. I mean 17,500.
But then compared to all the other scooties, the Activa and everything, still Yamaha Aerox has the best suspension, right?
They have good suspension.
Yeah, because.
But how difficult is it to give?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you're charging that much, I'm pretty sure they have not put in 1,60,000 or 1,50,000 to build that scooter. Okay, so just put in maybe. ठीक है, charges more 5,000, more 10,000 and put in those shock absorbers.
Coming up to, I think so, the best part of the video, something that you can talk. एक घंटे से मेरे को लगता है 1 घंटा भी कम गिरेगा तेरे को ये बारे में बात करने के लिए. What are the pros of the Yamaha Aerox? क्या मजा आ रहा है तेरे को ये बाइक यूज करके?
See, long story short, I'll tell you, if you want to have best of both worlds, if you're used to using a bike a lot, you like the power that a bike delivers, you like the speeds that it can touch, you like the stability it has on high speeds, and like on a daily basis, you don't want to use a bike basically for its the traffic gear, bumper to bumper traffic gear shifting issues, no matter what. I feel for a person who likes a bike but is more comfortable with a scooter, Aerox is a way to go.
Because speed, looks,
stability, looks, fuel efficiency, I'll say it's somewhere around 7 to 8 out of 10. I won't say it's very good, I won't say it's very bad. It's decent.
Mediocre.
Then what else comes?
I think so. I remember Aerox लेने के पहले, because अभी ने पहले Avenger लिया था, I took the Xpulse and then obviously you took the Aerox, and we always wanted to do a trip. So you were seeing these modifications for the.
One more thing. Now you pick up any scooter that's available in India other than the BMW. Chalo, that is many lakhs of rupees. You pick up any scooter in India and try to do a long ride on it. There are people who have done it, but it's not good for the engine. Basically because those are air cooled. The one that I have is a liquid cooled engine.
Okay.
Which is one reason why this can go for long rides.
Longer rides,
Long rides, I can say it can do an easy 400 kilometers a day.
Okay.
Without any slouch.
Okay.
400 kilometers big kam bol diya, it can do much
So
more.
basically, can we do like a Mumbai to Goa on the Aerox?
Easily.
So that's perfect, right, bro? Itna low.
I mean, Mumbai to Goa is about 590, 600
kilometers, I guess.
More or less. I did within 3-4 hours, we did a travel from Pune to Bombay, which is some 190 kilometers. More or less, because we did a lot of navigating issues in between, so we went off this thing. So we went around 200 kilometers within 4 or 5 hours. So I feel if we can do 200 kilometers in 5 hours, if we have a proper navigator, then Goa is doable.
बस ना ब्रो,
On a single
अगर तो
stretch.
मुंबई से दमन कर सकता है, मुंबई to गोवा कर सकता है, it's a lot of riding that you can do, a lot of traveling.
That on a scooter.
Exactly. So basically you know a fun part, ठीक है. ये स्टार्टिंग में जब एशली एरोक्स लिया था ना, अपन ये बहुत करते हैं, अपन ने एशली ये बहुत करता था, ही यूज्ड टू एक्सेलरेट द बाइक वेरी फास्ट एंड वी यूज्ड टू सी हाउ फास्ट इट कैन गो. हाँ अभी भी करते हैं एग्जैक्टली, हाउ फास्ट इट कैन गो कंपेयर टू द अवेंजर, द एक्सपल्स. और ये बाइक्स बिकॉज दीज आर द ओनली बाइक्स दैट यू नो वी हैव राइट नाउ, दैट्स व्हाई आई यूज देम एज रेफरेंस. एग्जैक्टली. और एक्चुअली भाई इतना, so that's something that I really like about the Aerox is the acceleration is pretty fast, if not the fastest in in this range ka scooters.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think so. In अपना normal when you compare it to your Aprillas, your Activas, your Jupiters, जितना भी है उससे सबसे fastest acceleration
Definitely
इसका है. And in the longer run also I think so this should be the fastest, right? The Aerox.
Yeah, it gives a good top speed. I mean, on papers it says about 115, but while I was coming, I was suggested not to for obvious reasons. It's a new bike. But on my way back to Pune itself, that was my first ride, first 100 kilometers of my scooter. He had told me not to exceed over 70. But I shamelessly I went up to 122.
What's the highest that you've gone? That only
122 is
Okay.
the highest that I've gone up.
Before we end the video, who should buy the Aerox 155?
People who are like me. Earlier, I used to, not like riding a bike for, the gears. Then, like it was very inconvenient for me. However, now I'm comfortable. So, a person like me who doesn't want to ride a bike on a daily basis,
Okay.
being at the city, being the, highway rides, then
Okay.
intercity, and they want the convenience of a scooter.
So basically a convenience of the scooter, but you do not even want to miss the power of the
Correct.
bike, the
Correct.
acceleration that a bike would give you, and so on.
my point.
Okay.
Exactly my point. So anyone who would want the power, the looks, the capability of a bike in a scooter should go for the Aerox, hands down. However, it comes with its pros and cons. Those are what I've already spoken about. There is one thing that I would like to point out to you all. This is a relatively new scooter and it's very rare in India right now. So one reason why I would tell you all to be very this thing is because if you all have a secondary bike or a scooter to rely on when this thing is away, there could be some mishaps that happen, some accidents that happen, which would lead you to a service center which would not be able to service your bike for probably a month or so because of the shortage of parts. That is something that has happened to me. That's why I'm sharing this.
क्योंकि तूने भी जब बाइक लिया था हम लोग ने सोचा नहीं था कि एक्सीडेंट होगा, क्योंकि
you don't think about all that while buying a bike for obvious reasons.
अब तू सोचेगा ठीक है मैं सेफ चलाऊंगा, but see the when you ride a bike,
It's bound
most
to
of the time
happen.
anything can happen, क्योंकि जो
Correct.
तेरे सामने वाला चला रहा है वो पागल की तरह चला के क्रैश करते हैं, कुछ भी हो
Correct,
सकता है.
correct.
It's not compulsory कि तुम्हारा फॉल्ट हो. So you have to keep this in mind because मैंने previous vlogs में videos डाला नहीं. Literally the Yamaha service people, we were going there every day. It was one day Ashley was going, Abby was going, Ashley's brother was going, I was going. We've literally gone there so many times. मेरे पास एक वीडियो भी है जहाँ पे हम लोग ना जो कोरियर सर्विस ये लोग यूज कर रहे थे, व्हाट वाज इट, TCI. TCI Express. We literally went to TCI Express in Kandivli और हम लोग ने literally Ashley का Aerox का पार्ट्स लेके आया है Yamaha शोरूम. This is what we have done. हम लोग ने गधा मजदूरी करके ये सब किया है just because they were extending. So we just got the fork with us right now. अभी हम लोग को हंस क्यों रहे भाई तू?
Finally, bro.
अरे भाई अलग लेवल का त्रास. तो अभी ये वी हैव टू टेक फ्रॉम कांदीवली टिल बोरिवली अभी. तो वी आर जस्ट थिंकिंग रिक्शा में इसको डालना पड़ेगा कि बाइक पे डालना. हाँ वही तो थोड़ा अभी हेक्टिक होने वाला है, बट लेट्स सी नाउ. फटफट अभी उसका यामा का भी काम करवा देते, रुक उधर जाके करवा देंगे. और
Fascinating for no reason.
एग्जैक्टली. और क्योंकि लेट्स से अगर हम लोग बोल भी दिया उधर बाइक खड़ा रखे और उन लोग को पैसा मिलता है उतना कितना यार, 2 महीने को उन लोग को शायद से 2000 मिल रहा है. 4,000. Oh my god, ouch, okay. बहुत पैसा लिया, ठीक है बोल सकते हैं. पर डे how much is it?
65 rupees.
Exactly, पर डे वो बाइक रखने का 65 रुपीज जाता है. So just keep all of these things in mind when you're going to buy, the Yamaha Aerox.
नहीं, I feel ले लो अगर चाहिए तो. It's good, it's good.
1 Go. फोकस नहीं हो रहा, रुक. So Ashley, lol.
I'm editing this video and sending it to you.
Yeah.
Have you started the video?
Yeah.
Hold me how you were holding me earlier.